Yeah. Oh man. So I just woke up. Um, I'm still pretty ill, man. You know what I mean? And I ain't been ill like this the whole winter, man. I've been drinking green juice. I think when I lapsed on drinking that green juice, man, you know what I mean? That's when like the whole world, the illness of the whole world just swooshed me down under, man. But guys, this is War Ready episode 2. And the title of this episode is Fortifying Your Mind. You know, in life, you do take losses, just as I said in Lessons in Losing the other day. Uh, but man, one thing I realized, man, you know, people don't know how to take losses, dude. People don't know how to take losses, man. Like, think about it. I don't know what religion you subscribe to. I don't know if you subscribe to Christianity. I don't know if you subscribe to Islam. I don't know if you subscribe to being a Hindu or you're a Buddhist. I don't know, man. I've kind of just touched on some Satanist texts and stuff like that, and they do believe in karma too. But the point of what I'm trying to say is that what would be the point of a book like Proverbs? What would be the point of the Quran if all the time you take L's? What will be the point? Because in those books they give you advice, specific advice to traverse life. You know, um, Proverbs, it says in chapter 31, do not chase women. It's led to kings losing all their energy. What would be the point of that verse, man? What would be the point of um, if you sleep and slumber, poverty will come against you um, like a roaring tiger or something like that? Don't I'm just paraphrasing. But what will be the point of these texts? What will be the point of historical documents from Plato, from Socrates? Books written by Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey. If you never take L's, man, like, dude, come on, man. If you never take L's, what will be the point of those books? What will be the point? And so this goes on to the title of today's subject: fortifying your mind. You see, the brain is a great electrical conductor. You wonder why a lot of the times when you talk to someone, you're able to read their thoughts, or an idea comes in your head, and that same idea is shared by someone from a different part of the world, different part of the country. Why? Because there's an electromagnetic field that you can't see that's within the ether. I'll give an example. Radio stations, when they transmit, radio stations can share different frequency fields. One might have a frequency of field of 97.6 hertz. Another is 100 hertz, 110 hertz. But each of those frequencies are in the same space, but they're sharing different frequency pockets. I'll give another example. I make music, and a lot of times I record myself. And one thing I notice is that when you're making a beat, you have to place the instruments in different frequency pockets. Because if you have the hi hat, the kicks, and the vocals playing in the same frequency pocket, what you will have is a clashing sound. And so that's why producers spend so much time making sure they place um, the instruments in their different frequency places. You want to put the bass in the low and around the lowest frequencies. You want to put the hi hats in the higher frequencies. The vocals you want to put mid range. And so what I'm trying to say is that these frequencies are existing in the same place, but different spots in the electromagnetic field. And these frequencies are things that you can't see, but they occur in the ether. Wi-Fi. How do you connect to the Wi-Fi? It conducts to the 5G towers, the other towers, through frequencies that you can't see. Do you understand? And so what I'm saying is that if that's the case, what you would have to now ask yourself the question: okay, if there's frequencies in the air I can't see, how do I know that there's not frequencies affecting my mental state? And then now it leads on to fortifying your mind. A lot of times, man, we are we are we are absorbing frequencies that are not meant for us. We are absorbing mentalities that are not for us. You know, a lot of the times you'll tell someone your vision, you'll tell somebody what your plans are. Yeah, you'll tell people what you aim to do. But what happens is that if they're not working off of the same channel as you, they're operating in the same space, but not in the same frequency pocket as you. What tends to happen is that they will then try to shut it down. They will try and tell you, oh, well, I don't think you should do this. I don't think you should do that. But what's happened is that when you get a new idea, something has been passed to you through the electromagnetic field to hit your mind. But because you're not able to fortify your mind and you protect your mental, when you then go to someone, when you then walk to someone and tell them your vision, you tell them step one, step two, step three, step four, it they confuse you. And so that channeling that you have to that electromagnetic field is now cut off. You've cut off yourself from that electromagnetic field, because what's happened now is that now you've channeled another electromagnetic field, a magnetic field of negativity. Do you understand what I mean? So if you don't fortify your mind and keep barriers there, you know, um, have barriers that stop those synapses from being channeled into another electromagnetic field, what happens is then now you take on the frequency of somebody else. And this is why you need to fortify your mind. I mean, the brain, one side of the brain deals with creativity, another part of the brain deals with logic. Whilst you're moving, your knees, your elbows, your muscles, your organs are all working in tandem with every heartbeat. With every heartbeat, there's billions of things happening. Your cells are being destroyed. Your cells are being recreated. Your muscles are working in tandem with your organs. Your organs are working in tandem with your skeletal bones. So there's multiple things happening. That's why I never got when people said, "Oh well, you know, a master of, somebody that does everything can't be the master of something." Well, that's not true, because billions of operations are occurring in my brain as I'm moving, as my heart is beating. There's all kinds of electrical charges happening in my body. So that's not true. On a biological level, there's billions of things happening. So what makes you think I can't multitask? Now, the bigger the operation, the bigger the operation, the more let me say this. I got a brain freeze. So the bigger the operation, the more stressful it does become to then do that task. Like for instance, if you're in a boxing, if you're in the middle of nigga, if you're in the middle of a boxing fight, man, you can't start knitting, nigga. Imagine you're in a boxing fight, you throw punches, and then like those AI videos on on Instagram. You see Tyson fighting Jake Paul, like he'll be in the middle of the ring, and then all of a sudden he starts cooking a barbecue. Nigga, you can't be in the middle of a heavyweight championship knitting. Nigga, you get knocked out. You get knocked the fuck out. The fuck out. Huh? You get knocked the fuck out. So you can't start. Yeah, you get man. If you're in a heavyweight fight and you take 10 seconds out of the fight to start knitting, you the greatest of all time. I swear to God, there ain't no one greater than you, man. You greater than Michael Jackson. You greater than God, nigga. If you start knitting in the middle of a heavyweight fight, so there's certain operations where it's gonna be more difficult to multitask and to do more things than once. But you can, because your body on a biological level is doing it. And I always bring things back to this biological operation, because the biology is the truth. That's why a man and woman can have children, because when you go to the biology, that's the truth. I think biology is the closest thing to God. Biology and logic is the closest thing to the Most High. And so when you don't fortify your mind, you let people tell you what you can and cannot do, and you get confused. you know Another thing too is also having conversations with yourself. Listen to me, listen to me. A lot of the times, man, we talk ourselves out of our own vision, man. We talk ourselves out of our own vision. You would have a plan, you will have something being passed to you through the ether, passed to you from the Most High, passed to you through the electromagnetic field, and then you'll talk yourself out of it. There was a quote that Michael Jackson said. He said he wants to quickly go to the studio. Say, why do you want to go to the studio? He said that I have a song that's just come to me, but I want to do the song before it comes to Prince, because Michael Jackson understood. He understood the power of fortifying your mind. He understood the power of having ideas given to him and it can be shared, linked electromagnetically to another person. If God puts in your spirit and you don't do it, take it and give it to someone else. You know. So don't talk yourself out of your vision, because that was passed to you. I don't know, through the spirit, through the electromagnetic field, through the ether, whatever. It was passed to you to complete. It wasn't passed to someone else. So the frequency is not open to that field. So, so I'm saying to you, you gotta fortify your mind. You gotta do things like reading books, um, training. One thing because when I train, my consistency kind of wavered a bit. But I'm improving it. It don't take me much to do that. But when I train, I do 20 minutes of running, an hour, 20-hour 30s of martial arts, an hour 10 of weight training, and then I do bow jutsu. So I mix it. So a lot of the times I'm drained when I finish. I'm literally drained, dog. Like I've had mad injuries, dog. I really drain myself. But it's helped to my stamina. But basically, one thing I've realized is whenever I trained, my body is more conductive to ideas, and so ideas will drop in my head. Um, like unique, crazy ideas, man. And I'll write it down. My body is able to channel certain frequencies where my body is more light. My body has less mucus in it. Um, and I think maybe it's to do with make it overreacting the electrical surges in the body. Obviously, fat cells are decreased, so I guess I become a more of a conductor. So things like training, reading, eating well too. My diet is so. I'm improving it, dog. You know what I mean? I'm improving it. It's not the end of the world. I'm improving it. So the health part, the health aspect, reading, definitely reading, dude. Reading makes you realize the knowledge is within you. Because when you read and get a new idea, you don't grow an extra pair of hands, man. You don't grow an extra pair of arms. You don't grow extra head. You don't grow extra eyebrows. You just have a knowing. It's an electrical charge in your synapse. Bow, bow. You got the knowledge. Bow. You got the ideas. No arms, no legs, no femur, no tibia, just a knowing. A knowing. And this is why you need to fortify your mind. You gotta be fly, fortify your mind, and be ready to climb. Young nigga shit. Huh? Huh? So, sirs, madams, this is War Ready, episode 2. Fortify your blood clot mind. You feel me, doggy? All right.